Oh, excuse me. I thought I turned the Jackson what? Honestly. I can still hear music. Why can't I? What? Good evening. Oh, we've got a cat fight going on. Oh, can you hear that? There's a cat that comes in the back passage where the cats are fed. Jackson is going to kick his ass. Tom's coming. Tom's coming. Come on, sort him out, guys. Welcome. You join us tonight for Catfight Sunday. Jamming in Jimjams, followed by a good old cat scrap. I wish I could actually film this for you. Are you gonna sit there like oh yeah, I'll go look in a minute. Tom, go and defend your castle. It's so funny. I just don't think of Jackson as a fighter, but I witnessed this cat come in three nights ago, and I've seen this cat before, and I know that this is an issue with the cats. And Jackson just sat there and was doing that with his head tilted to some weird side, and and honest to goodness, he mewed him out, or sort of growled him out. And then as he was passing, he whacked him in the head. It's like, whoa, way to go. Anyway, welcome to Jamming in Jimjams. This Sunday, the 11th of January. Is that right? 11/1/26, which added together makes one. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever know, but we are one, which is the strongest number. Together, stronger, forever. Anyway, I'm Jason, the GetJervis. That was Tom. That was Jackson. I'm sure they'll be in a minute. Welcome. Let's have a little look at who you are in the chat. Oh, hello. I'm a little bit put off now with that cat incident. We got Luke Magna. Hello, Luke. KD Probes, Biscuit, Aaron Paris, Vert, Kissing the Machine, Tanith Villacqua, Keith in Watford, Droigon, Donald Duck, Richard Nichols. Sorry, I am done working. If you can help, if you can keep jamming, that would be appreciated. Oh, bless you. Sorry. Yes. I hope you enjoyed that. That was kind of a. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Featuring quite heavily the east end of my modular, which is Pittsburgh Modular. So Dr. Synth, Alexi Games, hello, welcome. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome to the channel. A warm and hearty greeting from the Jervites. That's everyone else in the channel. Roz Markey, the Wookiee, Manny. Who else have we got here? Azio Head. That doesn't quite work, but maybe we could go with that. Synthepotamus. Hello indeed. So many and all, and greetings and warmth and welcoming to you all. Roz, have I already said hello to you? If not, Vert, did I say? I can't speak. Maybe I need more tea. Cheese! Yes, lots of cheese. Now the cat's walked all over it. I don't know if I should eat it, but I probably will need to. Anyway, warm welcome to you this fine Sunday, the 11th of January 2026, for our second, maybe third jam of the year, second jam of the year. Resplendent in my, yes, yeah, that's going to pin that anyway. Pinmas. In my smoking jacket, cravat and pajamas. Still no sign of a sponsor for the pajamas. If you do make pajamas and you wish to sponsor yourself with this channel, sponsor yourself. If you are a maker of fine pajamas or bedwear, perhaps you'd like to sponsor this channel. Synthesizers, cats, cake, cheese, and music. But mainly chat. And a good old hearty, warm glow of people in the chat. So there we go. Anyway, so what's everyone doing this weekend? What have you been doing? What have you been up to? Oh, Tanith, congratulations, Tanith. I played my first modular set last night. Wow. People liked it. I'm not surprised people liked it. Well done. It's the hardest thing to do is the first one. As they say, the first cut is the deepest. Ow. So that was a kind of really wrong thing to say. I do take that back. What does that actually mean? I meant the first cut as in like, dub plate kind of cut. That kind of mean. But, Anyway, I'm really well done. Anyway, a little bit of and warm welcome to you if you're watching this afterwards, because you're included too. I'm thinking of you now. In the past, in your past, you're in my future. Isn't that weird? I can think about you watching me in your past as I'm watching you in your future. Think about that one for a minute. Anyway, so just a few housekeeping things. Prius, drop us a like. Toyota Prius, drop us a like. And that's in the future. Please feel free to comment. What did you like? Was there any particular part of the jam this evening that you thought was rubbish? I should not do that again. Or perhaps you enjoyed it. We'll talk about what I was doing in a minute. But if you have any questions, preface your questions with not one, not even two, not even three, but 4Q. And it'll be picked up by myself or my Jervite spanner, who is tonight Steve Sonus Lucis, who is defined by the blue highlight and the spanner. If you're watching this, you've no idea what we're talking around. Tangerine Dreamish. Thank you. I know who that is, Burke. Well done. Below us, there's a little thing that says live chat. If it doesn't say comments, swipe along, 2 dots, find the comments, highlight, top chat. Oh, hello, top chat, no. Then click top chat and go live chat. And there we go. As you can see now, you might be able to see that there's a pinned message at the top, because that is the majority of that jam was held together with a beautiful synth glue called Pittsburgh Modular. Unfortunately, I haven't played enough with it, and I was trying to adjust one of the pots, and I ended up changing the pitch. Therefore, completely putting the guitar out. Just, what have I done that for? And everything kind of was a little bit drifty. But there we go. So let me see. So we got some comments. So let's deal with the questions now. If you have comments, you can preface them with 4 C's. The 4 C's. Uns. Not onions. As you might be able to tell, I've still got this cold. It's threatening to kick my backside. But it's been here for about a week now. Or rather, since last Wednesday. Such a sore throat. Anyway, it's not quite kicked in, although I have taken medication. Anyway, right, questions. Biscuit says he has a question. Amazing. I'm very happy for you. Biscuit says, I did. Was that you did have a question? Are you going to share the question with us? Are you going to open it to the floor so that we may comment upon your question? Don't give in, boss. To give in to what? To the cold. Yeah, thank you, Steve. Right. So, Birkin, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Maybe you missed the beginning part, but when we finished, go back and listen to the beginning jam. Nice, and it was somewhat of a tribute, even though stylistically, excluding the guitar, probably not in the same genre of music as Bob Weir, who sadly passed away. I never met Bob, although one of my someone who I'm very, very a dear friend, who I met on my first tour with Winwood, Jenny. She was very close with Bob for 30 years. She was so she's been quite devastated by the loss. But yeah, unfortunately, obviously there's a close connection between Steve Winwood, Traffic, and Grateful Dead, and I've heard some stories which I can't divulge here. Sorry. But yeah, vitamin C and Ignatia. Yes, Tanith, I've got some. Do you know what? I've had less medication today. I've been sort of spinning around the house doing various bits and bobs, trying to fix these lights, which for some reason seem to have stopped. So I was a little bit, oh my goodness, it's like, Anyway, do you think Dreadbox Disorder pedal would pair well with a 303? Ooh, Biscuit asks a real question. I don't. That disorder, is that distortion? Any distortion with a 303, right? And actually, I put a. Oh, what was it? This is going back. Excuse me a minute. I'm going to have to get my. This has got echinacea in it, by the way. It's a herbal tea. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm probably not up for much chat tonight, unfortunately, because it's just really raw. But we'll try. We will try. Yeah. So when this is probably an SH101, which obviously has got more poles in the filter and a more, but it's got that kind of decidedly acidy kind of tone to it. I bought one of those, and then I went in the shop I worked at back in the 90s. Actually, it was in Bath. This was the shop I worked in Bath. Or was it? Oh, I can't even remember. We had a valve pedal, a distortion, an overdrive. And I basically went through every one of these, and I particularly liked the valve sound. But, I mean, we're talking like 3 times the amount of money. But the disorders, if it's the one I think it is, it's a great pedal. I mean, I was using the raindrops. No, the darkness on the back end of my H9. I just need the H9 for the guitar. So that's the guitar line, was just, still in D, still in drop D. It's not plugged in. Well, you wouldn't hear it anyway because I've got fuzz and filter. Oh, fuzz and filter. Oh, okay. I mean, you've got to be right. You've got to be careful with the 303. The modded versions, and I know obviously there's the famous Behringer one, but it I don't know. When Black Friday was here, I was very tempted for the MO because it was at some ridiculous price, as was the standard 303. And I've had a 303 before, and I was going to pull the trigger, and I'm so glad you can't see it, but I'm so glad I didn't, because the two stylophone CPMs do it for me better. Yeah, Marky says, just got rid of mine as soon as I'm back to work. Oh, cold. Yeah, that's typical on holiday, right? So anyway, look, if you don't know who Bob Weir was, I'm going to bring it back onto the topic I was starting. Obviously, he was a co-founder of the Grateful Dead. Now, the Grateful Dead over here probably wasn't as big a deal as it was in America. Now, if I recommend, and I've watched this a while back, as a in the comments below, you'll see a little link to an obituary done by the BBC. Worth looking at, by the way. But in your own time, watch a documentary about the Grateful Dead, because they did some amazing things. Their Wall of Sound PA. Wall of Sound. They basically invented, live sound to a quality that was almost high fidelity, which was unheard of at the time. So go and watch that. They really did such a lot for us. And they would get on stage under the influence of acid and play for hours. And it wasn't necessarily virtuosic, but it was a journey, a psychedelic journey, and that's where my jam tonight gets its influence from. I'm not a huge fan of the Grateful Dead's music, but I love what they have done for us, and the sort of psychedelic stuff. I do listen, obviously. Godfathers together with Traffic, yeah, Birkin, absolutely. So, and I think like anything, there's not a lot of groundbreaking music now, because there can't be, because there's no money, because people aren't investing in music. They're not doing that. Businesses just want to make the most amount of money, and unfortunately anyone with any sense is doing this kind of nonsense. So it's our duty as musicians to get off them as much as we can, and I think it's difficult because I kind of think I'm on one now, right? So this is the middle ground. This is our battleground. So we are taking the war to the hands of those. Hopefully you're watching on a big TV with a great sound system or a pair of headphones. You know, that's good too. Yeah, Wookie says, apparently hi-fi sounds at 30 miles away. Yes, yeah, they did. And, I mean, engineers, I mean, this was probably a combination of, you know, problem solving and, you know, copious amounts of LSD to try and, I don't know. But, yeah, definitely a thing to behold. Anthem of the Sun was a cracking album. What did I start listening to? I was listening to one earlier today when I was trying to sort out the lights over there. I can't remember what that one was. But, you know, sort of celebrating. Oh, hello. What's going on? I can't. It's not up. I've closed the window now. Come on, then. Which one of you is that? It's Tom back. So, okay. Oh, that's a word. Excuse me. Oh. So, Vert found them through Zabrinsky Point film. They were on with Floyd. Yeah. See, that's, I think, that's our point of psychedelic reference, isn't it? I think, in that kind of realm. And I think Floyd developed the 60s psychedelic into something, you know, quite expansive and spacious by the 70s. So I suppose that's closest. I mean, Birkin will tell me Traffic, and I suppose Traffic are the closest because, of course, they did, you know, real. I mean, Low Spark, as you know, live. That's one that was kind of my favourite, and I think you've got a nice groove, and it just flows. And I think that's the point: is music that flows. So you've got, you know, Traffic and, I suppose, Pink Floyd. But again, I don't know if Traffic are as well known over here as they certainly deserve to be better regarded for that era and for the work they did. But I think they're more well known in America, which is a shame because what a great band. Anyway, you can experience Traffic now if you go and see Winwood, and you will not be disappointed. Phenomenal musicians always, and he is a tremendous artist. I mean, there aren't any artists, I think, around that can still sing, you know, even better than they did when they were young. He is. Anyway, enough. Can you get your furry butt off my table so I can? What? You're not getting? Oh, do you know what? I've done it again, haven't I? I don't know where the treats are. Oh. I was going to eat that. Do you want to off and sod? I've got cheese on the floor. Do you want the cheese? You can have that. Biscuit. These are actually. I'm going to eat that because I think I'm low blood sugar. Me Christmas cake. Me on ice Christmas cake. Don't. What's your butt doing in front of the chat? You're as bad as the other one. Thank you. You see. It's funny, isn't it? I definitely have a better... I didn't use this. I was going to use this, but I didn't. There's a better connection. He understands me, whereas the other one doesn't. Like I said, he's a dog. Well, it's going to be really dry, isn't it? New digestive recipe. And I've made it less sweet. So it pairs really well with cheese. Blue cheese especially, sorry. I was baking last night at 11 o'clock, just because I had pie to make. Rhubarb and strawberry pie, which I had with custard for tea. Hey, Panda Man, who's also a spanner. Welcome. Hey, KTM, did I see you? Did I miss you? Anyway, yeah, if you just joined us, please drop us a like. Oh, it's really sore. Really sore. Chafing my throat. Oh, so it was Floyd's avant-garde period. Traffic were cool too, yeah, definitely. If anyone is interested in Winwood jamming with the Dead in 70, it's on my channel. Well, pop us a link in that, and I'll get it linked. Birkin will have a little. We'll do better of spreading because of the, you know, it doesn't have to have synthesizers in it to be good music. You don't have to listen to synthesizers to make synthesizers. You don't have to be influenced in the genre of music you are performing. And I find that most of the stuff I do comes from everything I've ever listened to. And that means rock, that means funk, that means soul, that means psychedelic. I mean, a lot of psychedelic, so that's probably the biggest influence, I think. The Orb, yeah, as you heard, that's it. But the Orb were listening to prog rock. The Orb were listening to, you know, bands like Traffic and Pink Floyd. So, you know, that's where it comes from. Krautrock, massively influenced in that era of German. It feels wrong to call it that. I think the Germans refer to it as Kosmische Musik. I could be wrong. What? Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Here comes the king. The king of fur. Are you? Are you? Just in case you'd forgotten what my other cat looks like, because he's also been caught sleeping in the litter tray still. And I bought him a flipping bed from Temu. Fair play. I wanted to bring the other thing. Hey, Jackson. Go on. Go on. Just stay there. All right. Not too much Jackson time. The Germans, Da Vinci Girl. Yeah, the Germans. Can had 2 Traffic. Yeah. Crack rock band Can had 2. Yeah, did it? I love Can. I love Can. Can, Faust, which had French members, and, you know, Neu with the guitar. I mean, that's Kraftwerk. So that's kind of, those are the 3 bands that I really just, and Harmonia, which obviously then had Brian Eno in as well. And then David Bowie turns up and does his 3 albums, like, suspiciously like Krautrock. Because that was my introduction to Krautrock. And then, of course, later on Radiohead. You know, it's good to have influences, though. And I mean, it's good for anybody to hear a band and go, wow, it's really good, I love that kind of thing. And you think, that's Krautrock. Anyway, the 3rd Portishead album, actually, that's Krautrock. So, sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the conversation. There's the lack of cues. Killing Joke. That's right. Alex Patterson roadied for them, he did. Liz Fraser's version of that song of the Siren. Is it Liz Fraser? It's This Mortal Coil you're thinking of, not Cocktail Twins. Song of the Siren. That's This Mortal Coil. I think. Yeah, I'm right. Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice to have a conversation about bands? Where are they now? There aren't any bands now, but there are. Cluster. Was Cluster the band that was the terrorists? Yeah, anyway, lots of stuff. Look at that. We've got some subs there. Birkin Good, Popple Vuh. Yeah, it's slightly disturbing, Popple Vuh, and I like that. I do like Popple Vuh as well. Connie Plank, he's Krautrock. Yes, he is. But did you see the documentary his son did? He wasn't a very, very nice man. He wasn't a very nice father. But then, I guess that's the point of doing a job like that. You know, you're so focused on what you're doing. There's no time for your family. So why have a family? Anyway, you know, I love my kids. I love my family, and they come first. Music keeps me afloat. You know. Oh, here we go. Are you going to tell me about the other cat? Do you want to come and tell everybody about the cat? What happened? Tell us, Jackson, what happened? There's cheese here. You can have that if you want. Do you want to tell us what happened? And what did he do? He came in. What did you say to him? You said no? And was he listening to you? Did he listen to you? Come on. Did he listen to you? Or did you have to tell him what to really go? I really don't want that anywhere near any of this stuff, to be honest. Don't put it on Tom. You're such a bully. Get off Tom. Tom's chill and nice. Oh, wrong one. Look, he goes as close to Tom as he... Right. There's enough room for 2 cats here. Yeah, and look. There you go. Whoa. No. And I do need to brush you because it's that time of year again. Just sit there. And you don't like it anywhere under. And be careful under your arms. I know he's got very loose skin under his arms, and he gets a little bit. Yeah, there you go. All right, just don't put your backside on my synths. Oh, yeah, Jackson is the bouncer at Palais de Gerve. He'd whack a bad cat's face off if he had the nerve. Do you know? I honestly, I don't think of him as a fighter. That one, Tom's the fighter, but I guess he's. Sorry, hang on. He's the hunter. Yeah, embolden the cat. Why don't you? Yeah, exactly. Look at that little face. But don't sleep in your litter tray. I've had to put a cardboard box because he was doing a card. It was my medical supplies for diabetes came in. It's quite a nice cardboard box, big enough for him. And I put it out for recycling, and he was just sat there going, it's like, okay. So you've got a litter tray that you like to sleep in, you've got a cardboard box you like to sleep in, and you've got this bed that you won't sleep on. Yeah, anyway. So I put the bed next to the box on the side so you can go in and out of it like a little condo. Don't go any further. And stop pushing yourself. No. You can't have it all. You either have the floor or you share this. We're a loving, peaceful family. We don't take fat, greedy cats pushing nice cats out the way, do we, Tom? See, look. There you go. See? It's love enough for both of you. So just see, he's just... I know. He's special. You know that. Go on, Tom. Where do you think you're going? Do you want to go with him? Go on, Tom. Just in case you can't see what's going on. Oh, hang on. Where's the... What the hell was that? Oh, no. Just stay there. Stay. Right, I've got some questions coming in. Right. Oh, there's another thing. On this, I'm gonna have to remember the name. I like it's not on the top of my. David Hitchcock Sudley passed away, and he was responsible for producing Foxtrot by Genesis, I think Land of Grey and Pink by Caravan, and one of my favourite albums of all time, The Snow Goose by Camel. So he's an important person in the history of music in progressive rock. Certainly that beautiful, whimsical, gentle, soothing sort of prog that doesn't bash you against a wall like Gentle Giant. They're not gentle. There's nothing gentle about Gentle Giant. They're coming over Clareton Bridge. Are they? Good for them. Or Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I do love Tarkus, but oh my god. And some of the Yes stuff. Anyway, oh dude. What is he's a... Look. I don't know why he does that. It's like literally just look at my butt. No, I will not. It's disgusting. We've got some questions. So Wookie says Floyd, Caravan, Camel, Tangerine Dream, Hawkwind, Can, Shadowfax. So Hawkwind, I had a bad experience with Hawkwind. I haven't been back. I did try last year, and I might try again because there's some wonderful synth work on that stuff. It's expansive, but quite intense. And I think that's the problem. I was very gentle, very pastoral taste in prog. Shadowfax. Have I heard Shadowfax? I think I have, but hey, electronic multi composer. Good evening. Polyester or Swedish knit? Swedish knit every time. But thanks for asking. Fill the bed with litter. Do you know what? I'm actually really, really tempted to do exactly that. Just clean litter. But then, would he even do that? Would he not wee in it? He doesn't do his number 2s in it, and that irritates me because when I was doing some gardening weekend, I found a whole minefield of quite big cat poo. Droigon, maybe try putting some different litter. Yeah, you see, the thing is, I have bought these wood pellets because I'm, it's kinder than the kind of grey shale stuff. But I think, honestly, Tom, what are you doing? But he wouldn't go on the pellets, so I think he just thinks the pellets. What are you eating in the spiders? Why do cats eat spiders? I know, protein. But, dude, unless you've magically found cat treats, where are the cat treats? I thought I'd brought them back in here. We've still got Christmas sort of treats everywhere on the house. I'm trying to sort of, get them back. Anyway, right. Tanith, it is really cold for Thistle to sleep in his cat igloo. Oh, time. Sorry, Thistle. It has to be really cold for Thistle to sleep in his cat igloo. It's not an igloo. It's just it's just a bed, like a, I filled it with, the duvet, so it's just a fluffy cat. That's a small dog bed, really. But yeah, maybe that's the point. It is really cold out the back passage. It really is, because it's kind of open. So even with his fur coat. Anyway, let's go back to Synthepotamus. Actually, I've missed a question there. I've noticed that music that's easy for me to write seems to occur more naturally to me. Doesn't sound a lot like the music I normally would listen to. Have you experienced? Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's always been the case. That because my and maybe it's the same for you guys. My listening habits are all over the place. They're scattered far and wide. So I think in the melting pot of our brains and our sonic, what we end up liking, we might take something that, we like the sound of, but then it's not a synthesizer, and then we synthesize that into something else. So yeah, it can happen. I mean, I'm definitely a lot more, I suppose, rhythmic, but I think I said last week, that comes from a comment made by someone who gave me some constructive feedback of a mix that I played back in, I don't know, 2003, 2004, and it stuck with me, and I took it to heart, and I worked at it, and I think that's positive, constructive feedback, which isn't meant to make you feel like crap, which sometimes does anyway, but, we're quite sensitive on musicians. But, genuine sort of from the heart, well, that sounds rubbish. You need to work on that. And then you do, and you go, oh, yeah, actually, he's right. They're right. Whatever. Shadow Max is a mix of jazz, fusion, and prog. Lots of wind instruments. I love him. You know me. Where's my giant recorder, which I can't play? It's too big. Look at this. Found this while I was tidying up. Look at the size of this beast. That's not once in Royal David City, is it? Anyway, it's just so you have to use a lot of breath control. So I've got quite a forceful set of lungs. I don't think Jackson likes it. Look at his little face. There's something very, I don't know, not prehistoric, but, sort of Neolithic about the sound of a flute or a recorder, in this instance, a simple wooden instrument. Anyway, you wanted me to talk through, I'm going to quickly talk through Maybe we will do a world of synth. Actually, Synthpotamus. Let's do that because my throat is killing. Let's book this space, and we'll do my Pittsburgh modular voice again, but we'll do it in a nice, because I've got to figure out a way of getting the GoPro camera closer to that side of the modular without having it stretched too far. As you can see, I have now moved the micro freak up there so I can play it alongside, because that was really doing my head in trying to play those together there. And I think they're a beautiful pairing, you know, because that does quite a nice sort of crisp digital sound, and that goes that goes really well with that, with its beautiful sort of analog warmth. Jethro Jervis, yeah, I'll take that. I think Tull, I flip flop between Tull and Genesis, and I depending on what time of the year you speak with me, it's one or the other. And I was thinking about this today. 1979 Stormwatch, which is the trio of albums which go from Songs from the Wood, which is a very mystical kind of album of all the sort of folklore, and then you've got Heavy Horses, which goes into the sort of more agricultural running of the land and that kind of thing, and then you've got Stormwatch, which really goes into the sort of more industrial kind of ization, you know, and the oil maining the, you know, there's a song called North Sea Oil. So yeah, so that's those three albums. But I was just thinking that all of the sort of issues we're having now, some, you know, nearly 40 years, nearly 50 years, when we're talking about 40 odd years, 45 years ago. And I think even earlier, we've been aware of our reliance on oil. And I'm talking specifically about the stuff that's happening now. You know, any of you from America, you have absolutely my thoughts and prayers are with you. Really are. I cannot imagine what you must be going through watching this whole thing unfold. You're not like that. We know that. The world knows that you are sane. Anyway, but yeah. So I've just been thinking about that today and the weekend, and I just thought I want to sort of put that out there for you guys, because I know a lot of you, you know, you're there. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Birkin. Right. Silver Apples. Yes, Silver Apples. Great band. Anyway, that's that. So I think, Synthpotamus, I'm going to go. We'll do a return to Pittsburgh. Steelers, right? We'll do a Pittsburgh Steelers. That was the only gig that I ever got a bit of aggro. Was the Tower in Philadelphia. That's in Pittsburgh, isn't it? That's all right. Oh, am I getting my city? Come on, tell me I'm wrong. Hey, Joe Y. And it was basically, I was doing the lights for a Wynwood show, and because it was an old-fashioned, you know, classic theatre, and it's the Tower Theatre has seen so many phenomenal artists perform. David Live was filmed there when he started doing his sort of Philly soul. Yeah. And anyway, I had a angle poise lamp on which the venue provided, and I had some guy threatening to knock my block off. I got security on him, but yeah, it was kind of an interesting one. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, so guitar going through the Eventide H9 and the Darkness pedal. Polyend synth, which actually I realised didn't have the right, all the notes were weird, so it took me a little while to play with that, but just one sound on that played. The modular, So the main arpeggio was coming from my Pittsburgh side here. The bass, a nice thumpy kind of little doof, 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 was coming from Pennsylvania. There you go. So it's not the same. Do you know what? I've been to Pennsylvania as well. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere. I don't think there's really a state. Oi! Oi! Get back. Get back. I can see you trying. It's pushing his luck. Anyway, yeah, so out to Mongolia. No, in America. And Canada. I haven't been to Mexico, actually. I have swum in the Gulf of Mexico. Let's get that right. Backstage, whilst the Flaming Lips played Floyd. And I was just like floating in the sea, looking out at this beautiful blue sky, listening to that backstage. And that was like, that was a cool memory. And that's the day we had water jug showers outside the tour bus because there was no showers. We were all filthy in our swimming shorts, you know. That's nice. Those are the memories, the stuff of legend. So sorry. I am struggling. So yeah, so bass, sort of arpeggio, the crow filter, the local parks going through the mixer with the wonderful dynamic bat dynamic controller, which I'm really getting into, loving it. And just mixed with the sound of just outside. Just I thought I'd have something in it natural in that. And of course, our old friend, the CS15, accompanied by the Micro Freak, and of course, our old friend back there, the Pro 3 SE, which was by the end of it, I changed the pitch so it wasn't in tune. Oh goodness. So JD's playing Outer Worlds 2. Think I need a auto shoot click. JD, if you're playing auto shoot click, do you mean a shooter? I'm playing Borderlands 3. I'm on the DLCs now. I finished the game last night, and there was a mad deal for all the DLCs plus the previous 3 games for cheaper than half the cost of half of the DLCs. Does that make sense? It's like, well, it's a no-brainer, so I'm doing that now. Pennsylvania is where Squonk live, made famous by the Genesis song. Ah, the Squonk. I love Squonk. You know, I actually was thinking about it as well with my love of Genesis. And initially, I didn't go past The Lamb. But Trick of the Tail, Wind and Wuthering, let's not talk about, and then there were 3. Although there's Snowblind. Is it Snowblind? Has made it onto my Christmas album, my Christmas playlist. But Duke is a flipping work of art. Absolute work of art, that album is. Anyway, you're playing Fallout 76 and made an auto E-key presser to claim ammo when I see what you're saying. I'm a console guy because if I do it on the PC, it's just not comfortable. I've got a good enough lounge anyway. Right, Nick Destruct, how you doing? Right, so more of that. I think we're going to wind down because I need to soothe this with some vitamin C before Bedminster. But yeah, great. Thanks for joining me this evening. Any further questions about the I think I've called all the synths into play. Yeah, I've changed this a little bit, so it's straight now, even though these are still angled, and I've moved it down so I can put more along there. I mean, it's no good without the light. You can't see it, so I'm really fed up with that. I don't know why that's not working, but I took the little controller DIY. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much for coming. Be good to yourselves and each other, obviously. And I'll see you around. Let's say I don't know. Hardware Jams tomorrow night. Tuesday, Panda, you still doing Tuesdays? That's good. Wednesday, Sonic State. Gaz sometimes does a Tuesday. What's worth doing there? Meet back on Wednesday at 8:30 UK. And hey, and of course, chat with the Dixons last night. I've been lucky, actually, Marilyn. Symptoms of reality. Seeing you guys live twice. I mean, I came back from a meal on Friday, so I was supposed to do Pro Synth Network on Friday, but I couldn't because there was a work to do. I came back and I was treated to Symptoms of Reality's popcorn night. I will do more. We will do a third ear. But that's all good stuff. Let me go. Let me just pin these in quick succession. We've got Hardware Jams pinned in the chat. Boom. We've got... let's try and do it in order. Okay, well, that's good. So Hardware Jams, me back on Wednesday. Pro Synth Network on Friday. Do join us there. And on... hopefully back on Friday, popcorn night. Come and hang. It's a really nice place to hang, actually, I have to say. I do love it. And when you were streaming every day, more often than not, I'd be there. Anyway, watch out for James Dyson as well, streaming delightfully. And there we go. And yes, you can support this channel by buying a super chat. It goes towards tiny cat beds from Temu. You can also buy me a coffee. It does help. He's got his tongue out. You can't see. This is so adorable. Can I show you this to the people? It's a bit... Look. Little tongue's out. No, he's not out anymore. It's like... Little tongue's out. No. All right. But it helps us keep the animals in check and in cables and all the rest of it. Anyway, thank you, guys. I'll see you in the right. As I said, be good to yourselves and each other. It's a crazy world out there. So we got to be nice, right? Be nice to one another and help support us all, you know? That's what it's about. It's about love. The more love there is, the less hate there can be. Think about that one. Ooh, is that a new catchphrase? I think I might have done that. Anyway, be well. Bye.